said anyway.
That's
So
funny.
good morning, everyone. We are live, and that's Miss Green Juice, Denise Longton
Good
back there getting
morning.
her
I'm just
juice,
trying to
her cup.
get my. It's all good. Cheers.
It is all good, good, good.
I'm getting to
Miss
my office.
Miss uh,
Lisa?
Lisa East Coast is not with us yet this morning, so she must be sleeping in on the East Coast.
New Miss Lisa East Coast.
She's in Georgia. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me get on here and see where we are live, Spodio, see who's talking to us, because it's hard to. Some people are just Facebook users, which is AJ is a Facebook user this morning. Sven is live. I can see him.
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. And
All right.
we got 3 people. AJ's watching, Sven and somebody. Oh, 4 people. Woo! Can you believe it? 4 people.
Woohoo!
We're up. But the replays is what gets us going.
That's right. Doesn't matter.
You can always
Happy
tell
Monday.
how the Vikings did as to whether or not Denise has her Vikings necklace on.
Well, listen, this is my keys. I just got back from getting groceries, so I always have it.
Yep. AJ, yes, it's showing you as a Facebook user, AJ. No worries. You can fix that later. No big deal. I see you on my phone. So, yeah, got me a new haircut. Somebody said, you look like Seinfeld. And I'm like, what?
Well, that's perfect because I'm always told I look like Elaine. So there you go.
Jerry and Elaine. There you go. Now, if we just started the dance, we got the bomb. Who told you?
That's
Who told
Kramer.
you? Who told you to use the bomb? Nobody tell you to use the bomb.
Bomb.
Allison's on.
Good morning. Good morning.
Do you know when I put on there the question that I had to ask on the live this morning was, are you using your inside voice, and how's that working for you?
Like inside voice, like I never use my inside voice because I'm loud.
Because you're loud.
Italians are loud, man. We're loud because we got to talk over each other.
Listen.
Or do you mean your inside voice, like your inner guidance?
That's, you know what? That's a great question. Because, here's the deal, is it inner guidance?
The voice we squelch away sometimes because that can't possibly be it.
Sure. Or that inner voice that says, you'll never make it.
Yeah.
You can't do it. I had a few examples this morning. Marilyn Monroe was told by modeling agencies and agents in the acting field that she should become a secretary because she would never be a model and she had no acting skills.
Well, yep.
What do you think about that?
There's plenty of those examples to go around.
So she listened to her inside voice, which was, I'm not listening. Joe is a Facebook user too, Joe Rinaldi, and he said, I'm loud too, Denise.
Sometimes I can't see anyone because I'm still on my phone.
That's all right. Sometimes, sometimes we can be loud, but the question is what we're loud about. Elvis Presley was fired by the manager of the Grand Ole Opry after one performance and told, you ain't going nowhere.
Never make it.
Mm-hmm. You need to go back to Memphis. And you need to go back, because you know what Elvis did before he singing was driving a truck.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy said to him, all you'll ever be is a truck driver. You need to go back driving a truck. Elvis Presley. But he listened to his inside voice that said, you know what? I mean, this is my passion. I'm not going to give up. But there's 2 inside voices. We talked about this last week on our dream board and our goals is what's your inside voice telling you? You know? A couple of other ones here that I like. Walt Disney was fired by the editor
yeah.
of the newspaper because he lacked imagination and had no good ideas.
That's
Walt
the
Disney.
funniest one to me. Lack imagination. Oh, okay.
Walt, you mean that Walt Disney? Lacked imagination? Yeah.
I know.
I
Well,
always
you know what? It's back to, Alan, what we talked about the other day about, or maybe it was when I did the training, about our reality is not really our reality. It's our perceived reality based on the story we're telling ourselves. Okay.
Mhm.
So that has to do with the things you tell yourself, but it also has to do with the way that you treat and talk to other people, because a lot of times, telling Walt Disney he doesn't have any imagination might be coming from a place of that person that they have an issue, and so they're kind of taking it out on him. So that's why you can't really listen to people. You
No,
can't listen to the naysayers or that side of your voice.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Lucille Ball.
Yeah.
We might be going too far back for some people, but
Yeah.
Lucille Ball was regarded as a failed actress in B movies. That's all she'd ever done was B movies. You know, that's like playing in AAA baseball or maybe even Farm League baseball in B movies before starring in I Love Lucy.
Yeah.
And then she just like rocked it. You know, hey, Shelly, good morning from Florida. She must be listening to us on her paddleboard. I say that every time, and I like she does that every day, like she doesn't have a job or anything. But you know, like whatever. Some other good ones that I liked, you know, the kind of ideas and stuff, and going, hey, we're going to be successful. The Wright brothers, you know, Wright brothers. But I tell you one that really kind of stuck with me was this. It's kind of a new one. Okay, the guy who invented the Dyson vacuum cleaner.
Oh yeah,
they're cool, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, wireless, plug it in a whole bit. You know, it's raining and windy today in Florida, so she's not on her paddleboard. So the guy who invented the Dyson, in 7 years, created 5,000 different models before he figured it out. Now, it costs money to create these models. Can you imagine what his wife was saying to him? Dude, get a job.
Give it up, man.
Give it up. You created 4,987. I mean, you know, we exaggerate sometimes when we're telling people give it up. But his wife wasn't exaggerated. You've done 4,986 of these stupid things.
Yeah.
And it doesn't pick up crap. Come on. You know. And then he finally found the right model. I mean, there's some cool stories out there. The Famous Failure series is a series of stuff out there. You know, we talk about Henry Ford and his early businesses. He went bankrupt in his early businesses and left him broke. And he had to borrow the money to start the Ford Motor Company and got turned down by over 60 of his friends. Now, back in those days, you know, 60 people is a lot when you're a small town in Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so, but finally people loaned him money. Can you imagine? I mean, it's like, you know, Steve Jobs going, hey, can I borrow some money? I'll make you a 10% owner. Nah, not doing that. I think your idea is stupid.
Well, the thing is if you love it and you're passionate about it, go for it and continue. Don't stop until you get there.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it can be done.
Yes.
You know, your inside voice, sometimes your inside voice tells you it can't be done, but sometimes if you're like Les Brown says, if you're hungry, if you're committed, if you're serious about it, and you're like, I don't care what anybody says.
Mm-hmm.
So Chiro Honda.
Go ahead. What?
Honda. You know Honda.
Yeah.
Right.
I've owned like 9 of them.
Yeah, he started he applied for a job at Toyota and they wouldn't hire him. No, man, you can't work with us. So he started making these motor scooters out of his house. They became popular because it was the war. right? The World War. And so people were looking for cheap ways to get around. So it was really kind of a bicycle with a motor on it, right?
Right.
And so it was cheap. And so then he opened up his first plant and it got bombed and destroyed. Not once, but twice they blew up his freaking done. His employees loved him so much and believed in the project so much, they were literally coming in brick by brick, and instead of producing Hondas, they were building the factory back. He when he first created the 4-stroke motor, he went to Toyota and said, "Hey, I got an idea," and they're like, "No, you're a weirdo. We don't believe, we don't work." So
you just have to believe in yourself enough to keep it going.
And you have to and never quit. Don't give up.
And a lot of these people literally sunk in their life savings. I mean, it costs them a fortune to continue, which is even harder. I mean, we're blessed in this business that it really doesn't cost us anything. You know what I mean? It's what, $19.95 a year? And, you can have that passion and persistence even if you have another job. It's not like you know what I mean? Like, you can persist.
And I'm super glad you said that, because that's such a, I mean, anybody can join. You can become an affiliate for free.
Yeah.
Now that's a blessing in our industry, but it can also be a curse. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because here's the deal. It doesn't matter what your education is. It doesn't matter if you're like a guy like me who in 12th grade quit high school 2 months before he graduated, and there's a story behind it. I was in Tennessee. They said, you can't graduate. You don't have XYZ class. Now, whatever the class was in Morristown, Tennessee, that I didn't get in Winston-Salem or Forsyth County, North Carolina, I have no idea what it was, but they said no. And so I called back. I went to West Morristown, and then I was at West Morristown Hamlin High School, Hamlin County, and I was at West Forsyth High School in Louisville, Clemens. Called back West Forsyth. Hey, my guidance counselor there, who was like, "Alan, we were worried about you graduating even when you were here. Well, can I come back and graduate? No, you can't come back and graduate. Get out of town." I am out of town. I'm in Tennessee. And they said, "Well, go take your GED and we'll let you walk with the class." And if you don't know what a GED is, you probably got one. So I took my GED. I mean, I went to college. My mom was just determined, "Oh, now you got this and you can go to college." So I signed up for, I say I went to college. I signed up for Davidson County Community College for one semester. I probably went 5 times. Because I figured out, guess what they don't do in college? They don't take roll. They don't care. Yeah. They don't care if you're there. Yeah. So I heard about, the college life, the party life, how much fun it was. And I was like, this is pretty cool. Me and my buddies hung out there was a little lake over there close to there. We'd hang out by the lake. That's where we were over there hanging out. And then Grace came out and like, crap, we failed. Oh, I guess it is important to go, So it doesn't matter where you come from. Doesn't matter whether you're from Minneapolis, New York, or you got a college degree or a high school degree or whatever, or no money or a little bit of money. I love the story.
Well, the difference between the people that have done those great things and those who wanted to but didn't is simply persistence. And that, and the willingness to do things that the others aren't willing to do. I mean, that's and right. Sometimes they're little, and it's hard sometimes. It's frustrating. I shouldn't say it's hard. It's frustrating. Right. But if you stick to it, you will persist. You will prevail in the end, eventually.
You said how inexpensive it is to be here, and the interesting thing is you have to be willing to pay the price for success. There is a price.
Yes. Sometimes it's time.
Yeah. Sometimes, Sometimes it's after some commitment. Alvin says persistence breaks resistance.
Exactly. I love that.
Yeah. And so, it's just and you know what the commitment is? The commitment is to yourself, to you. Not to me, not to Denise, not to the
Yeah.
team. You know, we're a team and we're here for you. We're here for you. We're here to support you through the struggles and through paying the price and through making mistakes and through getting told no and through that's the cool thing about having the team is we're all here to support each other. We're all here to support each other. You know, here's a good one, and I'll leave with this because it's 11:15 and Denise just looked at the clock. Charles Schultz. I love Charlie Brown and Snoopy.
Oh, yeah.
Snoopy reminds me of Jake, you know, kind of like Jana's Jake. You know, Snoopy's
Yeah.
cool. He's just cool. You know, I love Snoopy. But you know, his comic strips, Peanuts comic strips, he was trying to get them put in the yearbook in high school, and they said no, those are stupid. Got rejected by his high school. Got rejected over and over. You know, so no matter how many times you get rejected, no matter how many times you get told no, no matter how many times you feel like quitting. Denise, how many times have we felt like quitting?
Millions. Millions, but quitting is not an option. Like, not in my head. For
Right.
some people, it might be an option, but then you don't really want it that bad.
You know, then you're just a quitter. It's okay. There's quitters in this world. It's okay. We're okay with it. We'll love you anyway. And you might quit and come back, and that's cool too. We love you when you come back. You might chill and hang out with us for the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. That's cool too. You know, whatever you want to do. But the inside voice is that voice that here's kind of what it is, Denise, is this. You say quitting is not an option. Your inside voice won't let you quit. Your inside voice is determined. I see a text from Denise and I'll be like, okay. And I never go, when I see a text from Denise, I never go, oh God, what's bothering you? You know what I mean? There's people you get the text message and you go, crap, what's wrong now, right? With Denise, it's like, I know that she's fired up about something and ready to go and going to fight through something. It's like, hey, what do you think about blah, blah, blah? When I get that text message, it's never, ever, ever, ever a thought that Denise is texting me frustrated, wanting to quit. Now, she might think it, but that inner voice won't let you do that.
Yeah, I do have frustrations, and it, you know, all of us do. It doesn't matter how good you are at your job or your business or your relationships. All of us have frustrations and setbacks and obstacles and, you know, whatever. But the thing is that inside voice is really powerful, and you need to, you know, change your story. If you catch yourself complaining and, you know, that kind of stuff, I mean, we all do it. It's human nature, right, to complain. But complaining is kind of like worrying. It's sort of like a prayer that brings to you what you don't want. Like, complaining is creating. Like, as you complain, you're creating. So if your words are going to create, use some good ones. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Listen, I say I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm driving a Tesla Model S paid for by Eddie Stone. I say that all the time. Listen, if you've been around me long, you know it's going to be white with tan interior, black wheels. I mean, the leather smells amazing. It's got a huge monitor in there. It ought to self-drive itself, because when I put that movie on there, you know, Mrs. Doubtfire, and I'm driving down the road watching him do his thing. He's such a great actor.
Well, I hope you're not going to be driving down the road watching him do things, because that's a child.
They drive themselves. They drive themselves. Put the autopilot on and turn on Seinfeld and watch for the bomb, baby. There's the bomb. Yeah. So,
all right, guys.
We love you. We appreciate you. Don't ever quit on yourself. Listen to that inner voice that says, I can do it. You got it.
You can.